my channel. My name is Tiffany, and in today's video, we are tackling my pantry again. This will be the third pantry organization video I have here on my channel. The first one, I just rapidly put it together when I moved in. The second one, we got a really good system, and this one is just kind of reorganizing. It's not that what we were using before wasn't working, it was just that over the last year, it's kind of gotten destroyed. That's what happens in a house with 7 people. And it was dirty. Things had gotten spilled that needed to be cleaned up. And so we're gonna be tackling that today. Now, I'm going to save you the video footage of us taking everything out. I will show you what it looks like right now. It's kind of horrendous. Here in my kitchen and my dining room, we took everything out of my pantry. We have a great little pantry. It's a nice little walk-in. Would I love to have a bigger one? Absolutely. Who wouldn't, especially with a family my size? However, I'm really thankful that we have what we have. So we do have future plans for renovating this even more to just maximize the space even more. That will be a project probably for the summer because we'll need some time, but eventually I would like to put in a countertop with some nice butcher block, some drawer cabinets for the bottom to maximize all of that space down there, and some better storage up on top with some cabinet depth shelving. So that is the plan for the future, but for now, we're just gonna reorganize. I did buy some new items to make things a little bit easier in there, and we have to restock a little bit and just reorganize, get rid of stuff that's expired, get rid of, you know, I have bins that have just gotten stuff piled into them, so we're gonna go through those. And it is gonna look very similar to the setup that I already had because I really liked that setup and I felt like it worked really well. So we're not gonna reinvent the wheel totally, but we do have some new items to use. I'm really excited. So if you're here for it, if you need to tackle this project, this is your you know, sign to tackle your pantry. If it's anything like mine, it's overdue and much needed. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So as I mentioned, I'm not going to be showing you taking everything out. Last night, my family helped me. We spent about 20 minutes. We created an assembly line and I just handed things to them and they took them out, and that helped tremendously to get everything out of the space. And then I did go in and just deep clean it. So we used a small shop vac to vacuum off the shelves, and then we wiped everything down and got it all clean. We even had to scrape some spills off and just got it nice and clean. It's fresh. I Lysoled everything in there so that it was, you know, disinfected and ready to go. So now that the space is open, we can go ahead and reorganize. Here's a look at everything that has been taken out of the pantry and put here on my kitchen counters. I wasn't kidding. And we've even got some over here on this back countertop. So let's take a look at, I didn't even take everything out of the pantry. I do have an automatic light. So if you're new to my channel, this is my automatic light. It is sensor, it's got a little sensor right here. So when you pop in, it does turn on. This is where we keep our calendar. Haven't even updated it yet. And then I also have that little storage right there for some fruits and vegetables that really doesn't do anything. It's just cute. Up top, I've got some water hyacinth bins. So these 3 are from Target. I'm sorry, from Walmart. They came in a set of 4. I will try to link them for you down below. I have not been able to find them since I bought them because I tried to buy more of them. They were a really good price, but if I can find them again, I'll link them for you, or at least something very similar. But this one here has some styrofoam bins, or some styrofoam cups, and like these little wicker holders right there for paper plates. This one has a cake stand and some other cake items. It also has like a cake topper. And then this one over here has, I think, our George Foreman grill, as well as a waffle maker. And then we've got that larger tray up there from Walmart. And then in the back there, we've got like grill items, our blender, which I do think is broken, so I think I might have to get rid of that and get a new one. This is my watering can for when I water my plants, my Instant Pot, and behind my Instant Pot is a small crock pot. And then these 2 large wicker bins here, I'm sorry, water hyacinth bins, are from Bright Room, and those have alcohol in them. Let me see if I can get up on the ladder, the step stool, and I'll give you a better view. Okay, so I'm standing up on top now, so sorry for the echo, but like I said, these 2 house alcohol, and they're overflowing right now because of the holidays. Sorry about the light, guys. Back there is what we use for our pizza oven. Like I said, crock pot, Instant Pot. I do have some plastic serving utensils back there as well. And then, like I said, up here, this just has like cake pedestals, that kind of thing. These are for paper plates, that kind of stuff. So this is stuff I don't use all the time. Probably doesn't need to be up here, but I'm not going to utilize this space up here because I'm short and I'm not going to climb up here all the time. So having these things in here is fine. You could label these if you want to. I don't think that they need a label for me. I know what's in here. But I really love the quality of these, and I think they add nice color and texture into my pantry as well. This is the current layout for the pantry. So we've got this big tall shelf up here on the top, and then we have these 3 shelves here, and then it goes down to the bottom. The shelves are really, really deep, like really deep, which is great, you would think, except that things that go behind the things in the front get lost, and it's hard to utilize all of the space. And so my plan for this space in the future is to have a counter level counter with butcher block, and then underneath I would like to have the same type of drawers that we use here in my kitchen, one on that side over there and then one on this side over here, and then in the middle just having a nice open space where I can keep my Instant Pot and my crock pot things that I use regularly, and then above the shelves having cabinet depth shelves going up, probably 2, that will allow for me to utilize the space without having to hide things behind each other. I do have other space in my kitchen that I store food, so this isn't the only place we store food, but we do have our refrigerator, obviously, and then we also have this pantry here that has a lot of our food. So this is where we store all of our cans, and then this is where we store other types of food. So it's not, you know, all stored in this pantry. This is just where a lot of our dry goods are. There's also a lot of stuff in here that doesn't have to be housed in here. Like I mentioned, this stuff up here could go downstairs, and the alcohol could go somewhere else. Like this stuff doesn't all have to be in the pantry. It's just, it's easy because I have that space up there and it's not being used. So that will be for a future video. Like I said, probably this summer, that's going to be one of, not probably, definitely this summer, that's going to be one of the very first projects we tackle. I would like to do a fun wallpaper on the side of the wall here and add a nice command station where I can put up a menu board so the kids can see what we're eating every day. We've got our chore chart over here, which I've talked to you guys about before. And then this is where we keep our calendar. I just need to flip it. I haven't even touched the calendar for 2024 yet. So that is on my to-do list for this weekend. Today is the 30th that I am filming this. Looking forward to starting the year with an updated and cleaned out pantry. The last thing I want to talk about are my appliances that I have in here. So I've been asked plenty of times where I keep my microwave. Here it is. It lives in our pantry. This is also where we keep our toaster. And then this is a new one. We did just purchase this ice maker. It's Frigidaire, and we got it at Walmart on super duper sale. So it lives here in the pantry as well. Eventually, when we redo this and we have the nice countertop, these things will live here on the countertop. And then I also picked up those really nice cereal dispensers to put in here, but they don't fit because these are just an odd height. And so they don't fit in here. But eventually, when we have the countertop, we'll be able to put them there and have those over there for the kids to just easily get. Sorry, this is not focusing very well. It's a lot of white in here. I would like to paint the walls in here and do a nice color on the shelves. So eventually, like I said, when we redo this summer, it'll become a really nice space. We utilize it every day. We do have this glass door on it. When the lights are off, you can't really see what's inside, but it would be nice for it to just look, you know, kind of designer and pretty and, you know, someplace that I enjoy using. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start by, I'm going to go through all of this stuff on the counters and everything and decide what it is we're keeping and trashing anything that is expired, and getting all of that out. And then we'll start by putting our containers back in, or organizing containers. I did get some new things for my baking items like flour and all that stuff. I'll show you that. And I will link anything that I can for you down below in the description box. So without further ado, let's get to organizing. To get us started today, we're going to work through all of the different food that I have out here on my counters and my island and my table. I will say that everything is pretty low. I had just put in a food order, and in Sunday's reset, we will restock everything. But for now, I'm just focused on getting rid of any food that is expired or anything that we don't use anymore. Like, for example, this Hawaiian sauce that had been expired, the balsamic was expired. So making sure that you go through your food at least once a year. Things that, you know, can stay shelf stable for a long time can easily get forgotten, but it's important to just go through your food every now and again and make sure you're not holding on to anything that is expired and can make you sick. Also, just want to mention, please disregard my voice. I am home with the flu, so unfortunately I sound a little bit wonky, but we're going to do our very best to get through this. Once I got through all of the food, I'm going to go ahead and start putting everything back here into the pantry. Now, as I mentioned, I really liked the last layout that I had. I just wanted to tweak a few things. So I'm starting off with this kids snacks, and that's what I have here on this lower level. And just making those things very accessible for them is great for them to be able to come in and just grab what they need when they need it. This clear acrylic container, as well as the water hyacinth basket, are both from Target, from the Bright Room line. This item here is also from the Bright Room line. It's another one of those same larger acrylic containers. And again, it's just going to house some more snacks. And then we're going to bring in the cereal containers here. These are from Walmart. And as I mentioned, I promise you that we will refill those. These smaller acrylic containers here are from Bright Room as well, I believe. And I'm just using these for baking items and things that we use for sweet treats, as well as marshmallows. We've got a ton of leftover Hershey Kisses and things like that from baking over the holidays. And this is just a great way to keep all of those items together. Another important element to the pantry is having back stock. So in this large black container here, which I think is from the Dollar Tree, possibly from Target. I've had it for a lot of years, but I am just putting in a lot of things we have on back stock. So extra sugar, flour, kosher salt for cooking, that kind of stuff. Putting that here in this large container will allow for me to keep back stock stored away in the corner in the pantry here next to my ice maker. This other large container here has extras of rice and croutons and things like that. So just going to keep that tucked away in the corner as well. That black basket there is from Target, I believe, and it just has things like coconut flour, almond flour, things I don't use regularly or need to have a lot of, but when I'm baking for gluten-free friends or if I'm looking for a lower carb option, I need to have those available. Those clear canisters there with the oatmeal and the chocolate chips, those are from Amazon. I will have those linked for you down below. I put those in last year when I redid the pantry. And then this organizer here, this little riser, this I've had forever. I do believe it's from Walmart. It moved actually with me from Las Vegas, but it's where I house a lot of our sauces and vinegars and things like that. So it's nice to be able to see what I have in stock, but I also have some extras in the tall pantry next to my refrigerator. I'm also going to go ahead and put some other items that I keep on stock or in stock, in back stock here, like those large canisters of powdered Gatorade. And then down here on this bottom shelf, we're going to add in some more snacks. So one of the things my family loves to snack on are those salty bars there. So just adding those in. Popcorn, that's an open Gatorade container. In that black bin there from the Dollar Tree, I've got soy sauce and oil, as well as our pancake syrup. And then in this dry goods area, I've got some extra things for cooking, as well as our cat food and dog treats. I wanted to take a second to show you these new containers that I got for my baking items like flour, sugar, brown sugar, those types of things. This is from Prepworks. These are the Pro Keepers by Prepworks, and it comes in a set of 6. So you get your flour container, this is sugar, this is powdered sugar, this is brown sugar, comes with this little terracotta coin to help keep your brown sugar moist. And then it comes with 2 smaller ones that you can use for sprinkles. I plan to use one for baking soda and one for baking powder. This is my current situation for my baking items. Right now I have these on display. I had them out for Christmas and I liked the way they looked, so I'm leaving them there. We do use them, but this is what I've got my flour in. This is my sugar, rice, powdered sugar, brown sugar. So everything's just kind of in these hodgepodge containers. This is my baking soda, which works out fine, do not get me wrong, but these I have been eyeing for a number of reasons, but primarily because they all look nice, they're stackable. But the other thing is they have this like suction, which is extremely difficult for me to open with one hand. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it, but this is opened, but I'd have to like pull it open because it is suctioned closed. So it's gonna keep all of your baking items really, really fresh. So this is, like I said, what comes inside of it. So flour Pro Keeper, brown sugar, powdered sugar, 2 mini Pro Keepers, and then the one for your regular sugar. So we're gonna go ahead and stock these. I washed these last night and let them dry overnight upside down. And then I just kind of like ran my black microfiber cloth through the inside to just kind of polish them up. And then I have had the terracotta coin soaking. So it comes with your Pro Keeper set. I've had this soaking since last night, so it's gonna be ready to go. You only need to soak it for about 20 minutes or so, I think. Let's see if it says. Soak terracotta in water for 15 minutes. So I've been soaking it overnight, so it's gonna be fine, but you'll just dry that and then stick it on the inside of the lid. I'll show you here when I can open it. I do have a terracotta coin already in my brown sugar. It's from Pampered Chef, I believe, and it was a gift to me by my cousin Susan. I'm still gonna keep it in there just to keep everything really moist, but it's nice that it does come with the terracotta coin already with the program, or with the set. So let's go ahead and get these filled up, and then we'll get them into the pantry. We're really coming along. We're making a lot of progress. I'm feeling really good about this. As I mentioned, the airtight seal on these containers is fantastic. It's going to help to keep everything in here really fresh, especially during the summer when things get very humid here. That's going to really help to keep them really fresh. I have since used these multiple times since doing this, and I love the ease of them. They're easy to hold, they're not super heavy, and they're really easy to grab what you need out of them. So I am so happy with this purchase. I actually just went on Amazon this morning and purchased another one of the little tiny ones so that I can put my cornstarch in it, because I realized that I need an extra one for that. So really, really love these. They're really great quality. And like I mentioned, I just love that they all have that really good seal. So my other items were perfectly fine. Do not get me wrong. They would have worked just fine, but I really do feel like this is just such a better option for me.
Alright, hold on, everybody. Hold together. 10 seconds.
As I moved into the smaller containers, it was important for me to label them first so that I didn't accidentally put them in the wrong one. So I took that baking soda sticker off of the other container and put it onto this one. I just peeled it off really gently. Those are from last year. I picked those up on Amazon. Again, I'll link those for you down below, but I don't like to have a whole lot of labels going on in my pantry. I'm not going to lie, when things get a little bit hectic in there and get a little bit busy, it can make things look extra cluttered just to have all of that, you know, font everywhere. So I tried to keep them really small, and I also tried to keep them white just because I felt like that kind of blended in a little bit better. So I am adding some more to these so everybody else knows what they are, because I'm not the only person that uses these here in the house. My kids love to bake and my son loves to cook, so definitely like to be able to have those on there for everybody to know what they are. But I love them, and I think they're going to be such a great addition here to my kitchen.
Okay, everything is in. I obviously need to get some more baking powder. But I did label these with some labels that I picked up on Amazon last year this time. Well, this time last year, I said that funny, but some of them I had to peel off of their old ones, like the brown sugar, the powdered sugar, the baking soda. Other ones I had fresh ones, like the sugar. I hadn't used that one. So this is what they look like. They come with a ton. I will have them linked for you down below. You can get them in black. I like them in white. But I love, love, love how this turned out. I think that they're great. They're gonna be great because they're suctioned like that. Let's see if I can get this to open. Ugh. It has this little scraper tool at the top. I'll probably never really use that, only because I don't scoop out my flour, but the sugar has a pour there, and the powdered sugar also has a scoop. I think I showed it to you when I was filling it. Has a scoop and a scraper. Obviously I showed you the brown sugar has the terracotta coin. And then the baking soda and the baking powder, which is what I put in these. You can put something different. The baking soda and baking powder have that little like way to pour out of it. Sorry if you guys can hear the Oculus in the background. Griffin's playing Beat Saber, but yeah, I love those. So let's go ahead and get those into the pantry. They're going to save so much space, which is great. So not only are they going to keep everything a lot more fresh, I was going to say safe. I mean, they're going to keep them safe too. I just dropped a whole bunch of stuff behind me, but they're going to keep everything fresh, and they're also going to save a ton of space. All of those other ones took up a ton of space. So let's go find a home for these. I love these so much.
This little open spot here on the side is where I keep my little hand blender, as well as this little mug from my father-in-law that I keep my highlighters and pens in for my planners, as well as our calendar. I'm also going to put here in the back some of the alcohol that I use on the regular. So if we're doing Friday night margaritas or mules or some Sunday morning mimosas, those are just easy to grab right there in the back. Here's a look at the ice that my Frigidaire ice maker is making. I love this thing, you guys. Best investment, I think, of 2023. Besides that popcorn garland for Christmas, I love this thing. It's been such a great addition to my kitchen. Here on the bottom, we're going to go ahead and add in these stackable containers. I picked these up at Target several years ago, and this is where I keep extra drinks. So this just stays here on the floor. And then that trash can beside it is where I keep bottles and cans for us to return for recycling. And then the the paper bags, that's what I use for our recyclables. I've also got that other container there for drinks. And then I do have this clear container here that I keep a lot of my hosting items in. So my place settings and things like that. Stay tuned for my coffee bar refresh though, because we're going to find a better home for all of those things that doesn't involve being here in the pantry making things look cluttered. The last thing we're going to work on here is filling up some of my containers with some of my back stock. I try to purchase from large warehouse stores like Costco and BJ's when I can. Things like cereal, pasta, things that we use regularly. So that's what I'm filling things up with now. And then we'll do the rest of the restocking in Sunday's reset. And here's a look at the final pantry. I am so thrilled to have this clean and organized again, and it's so incredibly easy to find things. I am so glad I finally tackled this ginormous project. It always feels good when it's done.
Okay, my friends, that brings us to the end of this pantry reorganize and deep clean. I am thrilled with how it turned out. I will say that I had purchased some cereal dispensers to put in there. I think I might have mentioned that at the start of the video, I don't remember, but they don't fit. And so those are gonna have to wait until this summer when we redo the pantry and I actually have a counter space and I can put those up there. That'll be so nice for the kids and for Danny to be able to just get their cereal very, very easily. But in the meantime, I'm thrilled with how everything turned out. I feel like this went a lot faster this time than in times before, but that honestly is because I put most everything back where I had it before. I just moved a few things, and with having that more, you know, all that extra space with the new things for my baking items, it just made everything really, really easy. So when you find a system that works for you, stick with it. Sometimes you just gotta re-clean, which is what I needed. So thank you guys so much for joining me in today's video. I hope that you got the inspiration you needed to tackle a big project in your life. If it's your pantry, do it. Start the new year with a fresh, clean space, and it does make cooking so much more enjoyable when your space is clean. So if you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to consider giving it a big thumbs up. If you aren't subscribed, I would love to have you subscribe and come back for more. And until the next one, my friends, take care.